Well, it seems 2022 is the year that Drake has decided to reignite his beef with Pusha T if these new bars on the leak that's come out from a track with Jack Harlow are anything to go by. Now, actually playing some of this track will see the channel slap down with a strike quicker than Chris Rock at an alopecia convention, so we're not going to do that, but let's check out some of the lyrics here. Now, it has to be said, Drake absolutely bodies this whole verse, so if you do get a chance, check it out or wait for the full breakdown when the record comes out. But here's some choice lines which we're pretty sure are aimed at old Push. My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though, but I gotta get her back for that. It's non-negotiable, it's not even debatable. Then later on, all I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen. All I hear is tall tales coming from little men. And then the real one where there's almost no doubt now, no doubt. If I see you, I spit in your faces. Daytonas with the green faces. And obviously Pusha T's last album was called Daytona. Now the timing of this is kind of convenient actually for Pusha T, because his new album called It's Almost Dry is due to drop, well, people are saying early next month. He certainly hosted a listening party for it, I believe last night or the night before. So it's definitely on the way. And this is now very reminiscent of what happened in 2018 around the releases of Scorpion from Drake and of course Daytona, the aforementioned Daytona from Pusha T. But this beef does go back quite a long way, over 10 years in fact. Let's take a little history tour. Now the beef actually started all the way back, maybe 2011, maybe even before, with beef between Pusha T and Drake's mentor, Lil Wayne. Pusha T, back on an interview with The Breakfast Club back in 2018, actually alluded to the fact that Wayne and the Cash Money team started basically copying his style with the Bape clothing. If that's the reason the beef started, okay. There was some kind of fuzzy back and forth around 2011, but things really kicked off in 2012 with Pusha T's track Exodus 23:1. Now in that song, Pusha raps, contract all fucked up. I guess that means you all fucked up. You signed to one, that signed to another, that signed to three. Now that's bad luck. Telling Drake that he signed to Wayne, who signed to Baby, and the whole situation, the whole contractual situation is fucked up. And it's something he actually speaks about again on Infrared in 2018. This prompted Lil Wayne to respond on Twitter saying, fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him. In 2013, Drake responded on Tuscan Leather, talking about bench players talking like they're starters and saying, I'm just as famous as my mentor, but that's still the boss. Don't get sent for. Get hype on tracks and jump in front of a bullet you wasn't meant for. Now things started to pick back up in 2016 when Pusha T started really going at the fact that Drake used ghostwriters, or was rumoured to anyway, which has proven to be true. On a track called HGTV Freestyle, he says, these Call of Duty because their killings ain't real, with a questionable pen so the feeling ain't real, which may not sound like the most savage of bars in the world, but that will hit deep if you're trying to present yourself as a legitimate hip-hop artist. Now on 2017's More Life, Drake came back with the famous 2 birds 1 stone, but it's really you with all the drug dealer stories. That's got to stop though. You made a couple of chops and now you think you're Chapo. And that was also the song where he spoke about Kid Cudi's mental health. And then business really picked up in 2018 with Infrared coming at the end of Daytona with the infamous line, how could you ever right these wrongs when you don't even write your songs, which is about as direct as you can get. Well, until it gets a lot more direct later. Drake very quickly responded with a Duppy freestyle, which again spoke about Pusha T's illegitimacy within the street scene, but also came for Kanye West quite a lot. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. I really shouldn't have given you none of my time because you older than that you're running behind. And then we know what happens next. The story of Added On drops, and it is one of the most savage tracks you can ever hear, with Pusha T revealing that Drake is an absentee father, and some of the forgotten lines in there where he's coming for Drake's parents, where he's coming for his producer 40, but it's obviously the kid stuff, the stuff about his son Adonis, which really made all the headlines. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home, deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. I mean, now we're going direct. Pusha T welcomed a response, but it never came. Jay Prince actually saying that Drake had prepared like the most savage response you could ever imagine, a career ender, but decided to pull back on it. And then Drake, in the various interviews, kind of said that the whole thing was over, but clearly not. Let's go back to those lyrics. Nearly 4 years on, my urges for revenge are controllable. I know we're getting older though, so he still feels like he needs to get Pusha T back from a kind of hip-hop competitive point of view. I gotta get back for that. It's non-negotiable. It's not even debatable. This then is a line in the sand. This is a statement of intent. This is a send. It really is. Then he also goes back to the claims about illegitimacy, which I think Pusha T could easily go back to Drake about the illegitimacy stuff. But if I see you, I spit your faces. 2 Daytonas with the green faces. I mean, Pusha T, green face, spit all over his face. What will happen next? We can assume that this track is going to drop on Jack Harlow's album, which may be the week before Pusha T's album. Is Pusha T going to respond on that record? I would be inclined to think yes. This whole situation, of course, is made even more spicy by the fact that Drake and Kanye West have this kind of long-standing subliminal beef for a number of years, but have obviously reunited this year with the Larry Hoover concert, with the hugs, with everybody being friendly again. And we did wonder at the time, what does Pusha T think about all of this when he's sitting there going, okay. And now Drake, maybe feeling a little more bullish about the whole situation, has decided to come back. The thing is, Drake will always have the argument of more sales, more money, more exposure. That's never going to be in question. It'll always be the way. But Pusha T isn't really playing those same games. And clearly, it's still touched a nerve deep within Drake. Listen, I think we're all up for a round 2, or by the history of it, a round 8. But we shall see. Will this be Surgical Summer Part 2? Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you very soon. All right, peace.